What's up everybody, I'm NoLucksGiven, and today I wanted to show off some highlights of a recent match of Dominion that I played that was a ton of fun. This match just had a bunch of really sweet games and I was up against the top ranked player in the league. So I spent some time to put this together and highlight the key moments, but it did take a lot of time to put together, so if you want to see more content like this in the future, please leave a like and let me know that you enjoyed the video in the comments down below. Enjoy. And my opponent rips the Torturer on the first round through. So I'm going to have a Conclave and a Silver to their just Torturer. I could actually even grab a Province, but I don't think that that's what I want to do here. I think I want to grab a Grand Market and really start killing the Grand Markets and the Bazaars, because that's going to be really good. Yeah, so now I can go Conclave into Duplicate, play my 2 Silvers, and then grab 2 Grand Markets, which I think is going to give us a pretty good edge over my opponent. So let's play Duplicate, then let's play 2 Silvers, and buy a Grand Market, getting another Grand Market. So let's go for a Bazaar. We draw a Grand Market. So now we can go Kiln, and the next time you play a card this turn, you may first gain a copy of it. So now I can play Grand Market, gaining an additional copy of Grand Market. I think we trash a copper, play a duplicate, play a silver, grab 2 Grand Markets. Let's see what we can do before there are too many curses that we have to deal with here. So this is a hand with 13. We're definitely going to grab the last 2 Bazaars, because those seem pretty important to both what I want to do and what my opponent wants to do. So I guess we just grab 2 Bazaars and a Silver, eh? Grand Market, trashing the curse like we do. Duplicate. And then we can buy Grand Market. We can grab another Grand Market. And we do have to watch, because this game is almost over with the amount of piles that are gone. Because we've got a lot of Bazaars too. My opponent has most of the Bazaars, but we also have a lot of them. Torturer here is interesting. I think I just gain a curse, because I think I have more than enough ways to trash in my hand with Bazaar plus Grand Market, drawing into some more stuff. I will just gain another one. I think that's better than messing with my whole turn. That's annoying, but I guess I'll gain one more curse. If we just run out the curses, then we don't have to deal with it anymore, and that's basically all I'm thinking about here. My opponent does still have one more Torturer in their deck. If they torture us again this turn, that would be really annoying, but I would be forced to grab the curse here. But see, my point is my opponent doesn't have a... Okay, well now they're able to grab a Province. Instead, they're going to grab the penultimate Grand Market, or I'm sorry, the last Grand Market, and... will they... I mean, the game is really close to being over here. I might be able to end the game and win on my turn by buying all of the curses. I don't really see that being possible, but it's something that we want to keep in mind right now for sure. So my opponent grabs a Grand Market, and then they're going to go ahead and end their turn. All right, so let's start with Bazaar. And we're going to play 1 Grand Market for real. We're going to play another Grand Market for real. And then we get to play a Bazaar for real. Okay, and now we're going to play 2 Grand Markets, trashing these curses. We have 3 buys. Hold on now. If I buy 4 curses and a Province, we win. I'm just double checking my math here. Yeah, how would we not? Okay. Wow. Okay, well this has got to be enough, right? So I think what we can do here is buy all 4 curses. That will end the game. And then we buy 3 provinces. And we win 19-5. There we go. We bought all the curses and won the game. I think I'm going to grab a fisherman here as well. And I believe my opponent is going to grab a chapel on their turn. Oh no, they grabbed a temple. Okay, so they are interested in the alternate way to gain victory points in this kingdom. So you gain a victory point, trash 1 to 3 differently named cards from your hand, and add 1 to the temple supply pile. And then when you gain this, you get to gain everything that's on the temple supply pile. I'm just going to go ahead and grab chapel. I know loan is also in the kingdom, but I think chapel is going to be a little bit better for us. And this winds up being great. I actually get to trash an extra copper and then still get to buy a fisherman there on that turn. Conspirators, if you played 3 or more actions this turn, +1 card and +1 action. So it's really good with fishermen. Okay, conspirator, and now we can chapel, and we can trash any number of these cards. That is pretty juicy. So what I'm thinking here is I trash everything and grab a fisherman. My opponent makes the temple pile too big. We will snag it from them. But for right now, we'll just go fisherman, fisherman, conspirator. And now we can do a pretty similar play to our last turn. Fisherman is the last card in our deck. I'm very tempted here to just trash everything. Grab a conspirator. That will leave me with a deck that has exactly 9 victory, exactly 9 coin. So I think what we will do here is grab Pravies, and then if I ever miss, then we'll consider grabbing something else. But at this point, I can play fisherman, fisherman, conspirator, conspirator. Oh wait, am I at 7? Oh, I am. Oh, okay, so I did the math a little bit wrong here. So I'm tempted to say, like, I should go Wayfarer or just have some other drawl or something in the deck. My opponent gained the temple last turn, so they basically gained a province off of it. That strategy might wind up being more powerful than ours. All right, my opponent grabs a conspirator here, so we have to hit the fisherman, but we have 3 fishermen. And then once we do this, then we can grab the conspirators. So I guess I grab a province here. I just know this is going to fall off at some point, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to do when that happens. But my opponent's ability to win through temple, I think, is going to be a little bit tricky because we can always just scoop up the temple ourselves. So for now, I think that this is good enough to just play all the conspirators. And we'll see. We'll see how this goes. As long as we draw 2 fishermen in the opener, we're basically like guaranteed to hit. I'm not sure what I throw in as the other card in this kingdom. If my other card should be a gold, if it should be a Wayfarer. I do feel like a Wayfarer eventually could be good. But for now, I think I'm just going to keep buying provinces until I get unlucky. Obviously, my opponent is keeping up very well with us here. But yeah, like I said, for now, I think I'm just going to keep buying provinces. Like if they just buy the temples, then that puts us in a tough spot. So I think they will just claim the temple this turn. We know the top card of our deck is a fisherman, which is a great sign. We know we're drawing at least 1 fisherman next turn. All right, that's enough that I should probably just go for it. We drew 3 fishermen, so that is really good. Let's see if my opponent is able to do it as well. We've got fisherman, fisherman, conspirator, menagerie. Seems like they are probably going to do it then. Oh, but they weren't able to do it. Oh, thank you very much for the bits, Frank. I appreciate that. My opponent buys a duchy, which means I think we've got him. So fisherman, we just have to draw 1 more conspirator, and we should hit that now. Perfect. Wait, we need 1 more. Wow! We did not get there. But this is not looking great. They're going to be able to buy at least a duchy here. Yeah, they're going to be able to kill us. And they got the second game. Camel Train is a card that I'm a big fan of, but let's read the arena first. the start of your buy phase. I think we want to get to replace as soon as we can. We want to change fortresses into golds. I guess I will messenger and give us both like a walled village or something. I'm gonna go for a silver. I just want to get a replace as soon as we can here. And yeah, I'm gonna take a replace. Assuming we hit a copper off of this. No, we hit an estate. I do think I want a second replace. I think that replace is just really good in this kingdom, and I think we're gonna want another one. So I'm gonna try to draw it. We draw an estate instead. That's fine. Let's just buy another fortress and let's keep all of this going. So we end actions, we discard replace, and then buy another replace. We are going to want to start replacing soon, but I really want to replace fortresses, which is why I have picked up so many of them. Let's walled village. Let's replace our fortress, which returns it to our hand. That gives us a gold. Then we can play fortress, and we drew the gold because, right, we just put it on top. And now I think I just grab another gold here. So my opponent just did the same thing, and they're going to be able to use their fortress to draw their gold as well. My opponent buys another gold. So very similar turn to us. It's walled village. And let's just do this same thing. Fortressing, and now we have access to 5. And my opponent also took from the arena last turn, but I'm going to go ahead and grab another replace. I just think replace is really strong in this kingdom. This is 7. I think just grabbing the most expensive card helps when you're playing these replace kind of strategies. And then we're going to trash the gold, grab a province, and buy a fortress. The arena's all done, but let's just go ahead and grab another province. We can trash this, grab a gold, fortress, messenger. I think we just buy a province. I feel like the game is going to end really quickly now, and we want to be a part. We want to be there when it happens. So my opponent replacing a gold for a province, so we get cursed, and that was their whole turn. So unfortunately, this is only 7. If we trash the fortress to grab a gold, then we have access to 7 with 1 buy. So I don't like that. I think I'm going to go ahead and fortress first, see what we draw. Okay. So now I'm inclined to just like curse my opponent, and we could potentially win by running out other piles here. I think I want all the victory points. I think that this game is almost over. Opponent able to buy a Pravi here, and then they'll be right behind us. I'm going to keep the deck as is and just buy a duchy. My opponent is in like a really awkward spot where if they get a Pravi this turn, then... So they're grabbing a province. Oh, wow, they grabbed both of the last 2 provinces. That's what I was afraid of. They had a really good draw there at the end. Inventor for holsteries, inventor for silk merchants. There's a sentry on the board. So this is a really powerful kingdom as well. There are buys, there are ways to gain actions. So this kingdom really has everything. And we've got a 5-2 with a sentry opener, as does my opponent. So they embargoed the sentries like we thought they might, and then they bought a treasurer. So there we go. Let's go ahead and trash these coppers, and then I think we go ahead and gain an inventor. I'm tempted to embargo on inventor, but the problem is I want another inventor. Maybe I can take 1 curse to control all of the inventors. Let's just do this and grab 1 more inventor. Sentry. Let's trash these estates, and now we inventor, grab holstery, discarding all 3 of my copper. I think I'm gonna like make the same play this turn, potentially. Let's do this. Actually, I think I am gonna go for buy 1 more inventor. So this turn we should be able to draw a decent portion of what we got going on. I want to purchase a treasurer. Okay, this is great. This is a great start. Let's sentry, trashing this copper. I'm actually just considering if I want to discard these coppers to get more horses in my deck because that allowed for this explosive turn. But I don't think I need to because these 2 coppers are going to allow me to buy a treasurer. Yeah, I think we grab sentries with all of our inventors. Yeah, let's make them into horses. Because if you can just grab all of the inventors and holsteries, means you can end the game really quickly at your discretion. Start with sentry. I guess we're like barely trashing anything at this point. Let's just confirm discarding. Let's play a horse. Let's play a sentry. All right, we'll trash a copper. We actually do need to discard this. Unless we start grabbing silk merchants. I guess we can just start grabbing silk merchants with our inventor. I don't love that, actually. Maybe I do. Yeah, let's discard this. See if we can draw something a little bit better off of this, like another holstery. That is absolutely perfect. I feel like we're almost just done here, but I think we should spend our horses while we got them. Yeah, that's great. I'm just going to discard a horse rather than draw it. Okay, and we hit embargo. So now we can play all of this. Let's definitely grab this. Confirm discarding. I think an additional buy could also be really sweet. Let's do it on this. Let's take the key. Let's end my actions and then buy a Pravi. Start with sentry. Let's trash a copper. Do I want to discard a horse? I think I actually want a horse right now. Okay. Yeah, treasure is just too good. Let's just keep all this stuff. Sentry is all fine. I think we just confirm discarding on the horse at this point. I'm tempted to like inventor for an inventor and then see if I can draw it again this turn. I don't think I can end the game this turn, but I think I can get pretty dang close, which is certainly interesting. All right, we confirm trashing on this. Confirm discarding. Holstery. Now I think I like run out the silk merchants. But I think before we do that, I'm going to inventor for another inventor. Silk merchant. I only have 2 buys right now. And unfortunately, I came just short of being able to inventor naturally for the province. But I think this is good. Make use of our second buy and just grab this duchy here. We'll take the key and then potentially buy a Pravi or 2. Pravi duchy. Okay, so we're up on victory points. I think we can get rid of all the silk merchants this turn, as crazy as that sounds. So let's sentry. This is fine. We're going to just play all of our horses. I grab inventor. Then I grab... If I just buy all the sentries, yeah, I'm up by 11. 1, 2, 3. The last sentry will cost 1. And I buy it along with a curse. Oh, I have this as well. Let's just grab this. I'm just double checking. Yeah, this ends the game, gives me 1 curse, and I win. All right, so we found another really surprise win, but it looks like I'm winning the games where we get to end 3 piles, and my opponent is winning the games a little bit more naturally. So we could potion for university and then use that to start graining. All right, we're definitely going to want a potion with this kingdom, that is for sure. So But we drew a 2-4, 2-5 split. Is there any way to get additional buys in this kingdom other than really just like university? Cavalry, you can purchase it for free, but that really doesn't give you additional buys other than itself. And I think I'm just going to go for a laboratory here. It's awkward that I drew the potion in this same moment, but laboratory just gives us a horse. My opponent already has their laboratory online. Maybe I should have just gone for it, but laboratory, and hopefully I will be able to pick up a university here. My opponent's already bought 2 universities. Let's take some time off, though, and go to the university. Let's get our studies up, because there's just so many good actions in this kingdom, and with Orchard, it really does reward you for snagging those actions. We will be able to have a huge menagerie turn this turn, so that is pretty cool. My opponent's got a lot of stuff going on. I think horses and now universities they have 3 of. But we get to menagerie, so that is sweet. All right, then let's laboratory. Oh, wow, it would be cool to go university into, but there's no other way to gain additional action. So let's go university, grab a laboratory. No, thank you. Livery. And gain another laboratory. I think I'm just going to turn this off for right now. I don't see the use of it just yet. Let's grab our second university. I could have potentially grabbed the last laboratory there, and maybe this will prove to be wrong. But there's so many horses in this kingdom too. Because they have all the universities. All right, so that was probably a mistake. Now I think we start grabbing groundskeepers. Because the thing is, we can't like get 3 of every action. The game's just going to end too quick. So I think we just want groundskeepers. I thought I just turned that off. And then let's go ahead and just grab another groundskeeper. I think that's going to be the next thing that everybody wants to be grabbing here. My opponent is looking really good this game. They've got 3 of every action, basically. They're just ripping through their horses. The 4-3 split was a little bit awkward for us this game. Okay, let's grab another groundskeeper. And then grab my 3rd university. But we potentially, I was going to say we potentially have more horses in our deck, but my opponent bought that cavalry early, and that's really letting them churn through the deck if we horse with Way of the Mule. So let's do that. Then we can menagerie, draw what is like hopefully soon to be our whole deck. Okay, we need to find multiple universities. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, there's our labs. All right, so now we can university, livery, and then university again, which will allow us to gain horses off of the university. Oh, wow, I actually need 1 more coin right now, which is kind of crazy. Oh, no, I have 1 more coin. Oh, so I have exactly 8. Okay, so this is perfect. I go university, grabbing, and I think I just grab an island here because that's going to give me additional victory points. I thought I said always no. Never exchange. I don't know. All right, then we livery. Now we can university again, grabbing another island. Livery. University again, grabbing another island. So I grab 2 victory points off of all of that. And then I autoplay my treasures by a Pravi. And I am now beating my opponent by 11. But I think I also just gave them potentially the keys to the kingdom, which I'm nervous about. No, they university. Oh, but they didn't have the groundskeeper yet. Okay, hold on now. So I'm beating my opponent by 6. So all I have to do is use my 3 universities on all of the islands. I think we've done it. Oh, these groundskeepers have to find us horses. There's the horses. University. All right, so we need to groundskeeper first. This menagerie is never going to trigger, but we need to draw every card in our deck. So let's Let's play all these cards. We need to find our last university off of this menagerie. To win. All right, let's see if we got it. We did not. University for island. That gives us 2 for groundskeeper. Then we livery. Then we university for island, get 2 more victory points. It's basically worth 4 victory points, the island, plus we can grab it for free. So let's livery, then let's autoplay and buy another Pravi, liverying again. And now we're beating my opponent by 22. That has got to feel great. 22, just 2 cards in this kingdom. My opponent can end this game very easily. The question is, does my opponent have the opportunity to play all of their laboratories, all of their horses? They're playing these cards as I'm saying them, all of their groundskeepers, and buy some provinces and earn enough victory points to find their way back into the game. This is going to be super close. They have so many groundskeepers. I've left them with 1 island. How many buys do they have? Grabbing this island's going to give them 5, but I'm up by 22. 22 is a lot. Do they have buys? They don't, right? There's no buys in this kingdom. So they can only buy 1 province. If they buy province island, that's 20. And I'm winning by 22. I think we've got it. I think we've got it. And my hand looks good enough that I'm going to be able to win on my turn as well. University for the island, grabbing 5 victory points from groundskeeper. I'm currently up by 15. If they buy a province, they will gain 11 more, and I will be up by 4. At which point all I have to do is purchase the groundskeeper with university, and I win. I think it's locked. Let me just look. There's no way to get additional buys in this kingdom, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, the cavalry. They can tie it up. I don't know if my opponent is going to see this, but they can tie it up by purchasing 2 more cavalry plus a province. That will tie the game. This is their turn 14. It will tie the game. Yep, they go for cavalry. Wait, when you gain this or when you buy this? When you gain this, plus 2 cards. And oh, plus 2 cards and plus 1 buy. You can university for cavalry. Oh, so they're just going to be able to buy 2 provinces now. Wow. All right, so they find it. They buy another cavalry. So now they've got 3 buys. They've got 17 cards in hand. I don't think they've got that much, like, coin. So I don't know exactly how this all is going to translate. But they should just be able to buy, like, 3 estates. Each estate is worth a Pravi. So if they just buy 3 estates, I'm going to be in a world of hurt here. But I think my opponent has found it. University for cavalry is actually really, really quite good. So that was the first 5 games in our league match. We did play 1 more, and I'll put that at the end of this video, but just wanted to say thank you for watching. And if you did enjoy this video, like I said, it was a lot of work to edit together all of these clips. So if you did like this video and want to see more in the future, definitely leave a like and let me know in the comments down below as well. Make sure that you subscribe to see more content like this in the future. But that's going to be it for me. I'll leave you guys with basically what happened in our final game, where things really didn't fall my way, but that's going to be it for me. I'm NoLucksGiven. So yeah, both of us are going to have silver potion in our deck, and I am going to totally miss. But oh my gosh, and we get the 2 potion, 2 estate, or 2 copper, 2 estate potion hand yet again. Wow, and just getting these absolutely terrible hands. I have to name a state here. Hope that I hit my duchy. No, I hit my province. That's fine. That's totally fine. And there's my duchy.